Welcome. This is Coach Sandy V, and we are live. How are you doing? How are you doing this day? It is harvest season. We've been talking about harvesting our work and our effort. It is time for us to harvest all the hard work that we've been putting in. And I want to let you know that Today, we are focusing on harvesting our potential. Are you ready to harvest your potential? It starts with you committing to start the week ready to grow and to stretch. Are you ready? Because I think you are ready. And now is the time for you to show up and to do that work, to show up and to be intentional, to stay focused and to stay committed to achieve those things you desire for yourself. And let me tell you, this is not an easy task because you have to stay driven, you have to stay focused, and you must commit that your dreams are important to you. So you have to start the week ready to grow. And I'm here to help you do that because I am the chief goal getter with 90 Day Wins Coaching and 90 Day Wins Podcast, where I simply believe every 90 days we can show up and do the work for our wins. And today, I want you to start the week ready to grow and to stretch yourself. Remember, when you stretch, you are not hurting yourself by stretching. You are just making sure your body is able to withstand the work that you are about to put it through. So that's what I want you to think about this week. You want to start the week ready to grow and to stretch. See, every week is new soil. That's how I want you to think about it. Every week is new soil that you get to plant, and you want to plant your focus and your faith. So this is a new week. You have new soil. What are you going to plant in your soil? I'm encouraging you to plant your focus and your faith. That means that you are going to be deeply rooted in order for you to achieve that harvest. That means that you are planting faith, that faith, that mustard seed faith that will allow for you to believe in the future of your harvest because you are doing the work that will allow for you to reap the benefits of the time that you're investing. So you want to plant that focus. You want to be laser clear. You cannot allow distractions to get you off your game because if you do, you won't be able to go far. If you want to go far, you're going to have to be intentional. You're going to have to block out those distractions. You're going to have to focus. So today, this new soil, you are planting your focus and you're planting your faith early. That's what it's about this week. See, you can't reap where you haven't sown. You can't go outside and pick an orange off of a tree that hasn't been planted. Have you planted the tree? Have you done the work in order for you to achieve the reap the benefits of your labor? Are you able to know that because of the work you've done these last 9 months, these last 10 months, you know that there is fruit that's being produced? You got to be realistic with yourself. You can't reap where you haven't sown. How are you investing your time? What work are you doing daily in order to achieve that goal you desire for yourself? Because small, consistent actions, that's what's going to lead to a big harvest later, but it requires you to stay disciplined and consistent. That means you're showing up daily. I'm showing up to do the work for my wins, whether it's creating my podcast episodes, whether it's coming live here or going live on another platform, whether it's making sure I am providing the information for people to be successful by joining my school community. These are the things I'm doing to show up consistently, those small actions that lead to bigger harvests. Who are you meeting with? Who are you working with? Who are you building with in this time in order for you to reap the harvest of your work? This is what you must ask yourself. Here's the thing, you have to release what's no longer serving you. See, weeds grow and they choke growth. So you want to make sure you are pulling the weeds out of your soil. Who's in your soil that doesn't need to be in there? Only you can decide for yourself, but you want to be clear that you must to release what's no longer serving you, my friend. So if you have weeds in your soil, you got to get them out of there. You got to pull those weeds out so they won't choke your growth. They will not choke your progress. Remember, we are harvesting our full potential. And so we've got to be mindful to identify those things, those people, those habits that we have to release. Release what's not serving you in this season now so you won't have weeds that are going to choke your growth because you can't have those weeds choking your growth on your journey to success. I want you to say this affirmation that will help align this teaching for you, help it solidify and have root within you. I am sowing seeds of consistency, focus, and faith. That's it. That's the affirmation. I am sowing seeds of consistency, focus, and faith. Today, how are you moving with intention? How are you making sure that you are harvesting your full potential? It starts with sowing seeds of consistency and faith. You can choose to move further. You can choose to be intentional about the goals you desire to achieve. And you can definitely get your wins, goal getter. I'm Coach Sandy B with 90 Day Wins Coaching and podcast. And I simply believe every 90 days, you can choose to move forward with intention for your goals because your goals matter. And winning every day is what we're all about. Every 90 days, we're showing up, we're doing the work. The question for you is what seed are you planting today, my friend? Remember, we're talking about using our full potential, harvesting our full potential. Your potential matters today. You can choose to harvest your full potential today. It starts with you committing to yourself. You want to start the week ready to grow and stretch, and I'm here to help you on your journey. Every week is new soil. That means you can plant focus, you can plant faith, you can believe that showing up, doing the work will lead you closer to your goals. But you must remember, my friends, you can't reap where you haven't sown. You cannot reap where you haven't sown. So the question for you is, how are you investing your time? Who are you investing your time with? How are you being intentional about the work that you want to do? See, those small, consistent actions, those are leading to bigger harvests later. But you must continue to believe even when you don't see the other side, even when you're not sure, even when you might be a little concerned. Will you show up? Will you commit to the work? Will you make sure you are releasing what no longer serves you? Because this is a new season. So the things that may have served you before don't serve you in the past. Remember, we are harvesting our full potential. So you got to get rid of the weeds. Those weeds will choke your growth. In order for you to grow, you got to clear out the weeds, release what's no longer serving you, my friend, so you can move forward with intention. Remember, the affirmation today is I am sowing seeds of consistency to focus and faith. So you're sowing those seeds. I am sowing seeds of consistency, focus, and faith. That means you are allowing for that soil to be planted with the tools, with the seeds that are going to help you bring forth the harvest. You can't reap where you haven't sown. You've got to make sure you're investing your time wisely. You've got to make sure that those small, consistent actions that you are taking every day will lead to big harvests later. You've got to be clear, release what no longer serves you, my friend. Be welcoming, be ready to have a new season, have a new opportunity. You are moving out those weeds. You are getting out those weeds. You are literally pulling out. Have you ever pulled out weeds? It's actually not as easy to do, right? You got to move it around. Maybe you have to use a tool to help you kind of pick around the sides of it so you can really pull it in because those weeds, they will get into the ground, right? But you know, in order for your seeds to take root, in order for them to flourish, in order for you to have the harvest, you got to get those choking weeds out of there because they will literally choke your growth. Do you have some people around you that are like weeds that you need to pull out? Do you have some habits that you have fallen into that you have to let go of? Now's the time for you to release what's no longer serving you. You got to be honest. If it's no longer serving you, then you don't want it in this season because you are sowing seeds of consistency, seeds of focus, and seeds of faith. And in doing those things, you don't have time for things that don't align with your vision. The question for you, my friend, today is what seed are you planting today? What seed are you planting for your harvest today? Because you can choose to harvest your potential today and get your wins. I'm Coach Sandy B, and every 90 days, we're showing up doing the work to help you understand that on this journey, you can choose to get your wins. Every week is a new opportunity for you to use that fertile soil, to plant your focus, to plant your faith early. So we are starting first thing in the week. I'm Coach Sandy B, and I'm letting you know here live, it's time to lock in for your wins. It's time to harvest your full potential today, my friends. You want to start the week excited, ready to grow and stretch yourself because this is a journey. And in going on this journey, you've got to be equipped. You've got to reap and sow from your work. Those small, consistent actions you're taking, they are going to lead to big success. So you got to release those weeds, my friend. Release the things that are no longer serving you. Literally pull them out. Pull them out of the ground so they won't choke your growth because you desire to grow far. You desire to grow. You desire to build. And in order to do that, you've got to get rid of the things that are no longer serving you. So here's the affirmation yet again. I am sowing seeds of consistency, focus, and faith. Get your wins, goal getter. I'm Coach Sandy V, and I'm continuing to show you that you can show up and do the work to get your